Hello everyone, it's me Louie here, and I was having one of those nights where you just can't go to bed. No matter what you do, no matter what crazy tactic or trick you try, it's just impossible. And during those moments where it's some 1 a.m., extremely late at night, you look directly up at your ceiling, and you just think to yourself about life, just things in general. And one thing that I was thinking about during this moment was hate watching and hate clicking. I think this thing is just very interesting, that no matter where you go, especially on YouTube, 95% of the time, a YouTuber's most popular video is about them being negative in some way. You can go to any YouTubers, a commentary channel, a reviewer, a movie channel, a person who reviews TV show, whatever you do, and I guarantee you, most of the time, their most popular videos, them saying something not nice about a show or something negative. I think an even good example that we can use right now is like TV shows. Currently, there's two TV shows that ended up releasing on HBO Max, one being The Last of Us TV show and the other one being Velma. The Last of Us TV show is actually really good right now. As recording of this video, the TV show isn't finished yet, so I'm just gonna hope that this doesn't age absolutely terribly and this show is still good in the future and something crazy doesn't happen, like, I don't know, Joel finds a Stan arrow and becomes a Stan user, and then the next episode Dalamis Gaul comes to take over the world. Let's hope they just stay with the game. But currently right now, the show is still good, and because of that, barely anyone talked about it. Everyone talked about the first episode, about how amazing the first episode is, and now it's basically just over. There's a lot of people who doesn't even know the Last of Us show even exists or came out, because it's just not really talked about a lot. Most YouTubers just made one video about it saying, hey, it's absolutely good, and then just move on with their life and don't even care. But Velma, on the other hand, is a show that's talked about so much that's all I need to say. I don't need to go in any deeper. All I have to say is the name of the show, and everyone already knows what I'm talking about. And that show is being talked about way more because it's hated. A lot of people hate everything about the show. They hate the characters, they think it's annoying, so because of that, they're talking about it way more. This show has the level of staying power as something like the Halo TV show. This TV show will be bringed up until the end of time, how not to adapt a video game into a movie. When you think about bad video game adaptations, you probably think about something like the Halo show, and it's constantly going to be talked about until the end of day. I think it's crazy that like people being extremely negative or being really angry, that will last longer than like anything else you can make. Because if you go back to media, unless you make something as big like an anime like Cyberpunk Edge Runners, or you release a game like Elden Ring that will be talked about for a very long time, no one really cares that much. Even Chainsaw Man, everyone was talking about like how amazing Chainsaw Man is, and now that it's over, it basically disappeared from existence. Actually, just 95% of animes that come out. Another good example is Komi-san Can't Communicate. When that first aired, everyone was literally talking about how this anime will change the world. You will watch this anime and you'll have a complete out-of-body experience and be cured. Dress Up My Darling 2, same thing. Best anime, you'll have an out-of-body experience and your life will be saved. I bet most people forgot that those animes had a season 2 last year. I bet most people forgot those animes even existed because just no one talks about them anymore. And another thing that made me think about this was a Twitter post that I ended up seeing. So usually when I get bored or when I want to take a break, sometimes I'll just go on Twitter and, just see what people are tweeting. Usually it's just nothing. My usual Twitter experience is just check, scroll for like 5 minutes, go like, this app is cringe, and never check it for the rest of the day. That's usually how it is. But this time when I check, I end up seeing this tweet right here. And as you can see, this tweet got a lot of views, around 30 million views and a lot of replies. And a lot of people were pissed off. This Twitter thread is literally just people throwing tomatoes at him. All day you had new posts over and over again. People from the artist space were just talking about how mean this guy is and blah 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 over and over again. He became the circus of Twitter. But I 100% think that that's the purpose of that tweet, because I think tweets like this are just made for reaction. He tweeted this 100% knew that people will get mad, like what I think a lot of people do these days. You see so much people do crazy and outrageous things because they want to be the center of attention. They want a YouTuber to make a video on them, clowning on them. They want a lot of people screaming at him or saying something about him because he's bringing his name out there. A lot of people don't really care where the clout comes from. So they don't care if it's negative, they just really care that they're getting clout in general. I think any publicity is good publicity. That type of mindset. Clearly it did work. This did get 30 million views, even though I really don't think that's a good idea, because something that I feel like a lot of people don't realize is that it takes a skill to constantly be in the news, and most people can't do that. Something that I 100% know, that this tweet, this is probably going to be this guy's most popular tweet, and he's probably never going to get something as popular as this before, because it's really hard to keep on duplicating the lightning in the bottle mentality of getting people outraged over and over and over again. But anyway, this is just something really interesting, and I still think that no matter how far or how much the internet evolved, how now we're seeing a phase where back then people used to do long form content and now we're going more to more short term content content, no matter how much we change, no matter what new social media thing comes like TikTok or whatever comes after that, one thing will always stay the same, and that is hate watching and rage will usually give you the most amount of clicks. Now, let me give you a little tip, and this is something that I do a lot. When I usually see something I don't like, or when I see a tweet like this, which I know the only existence why this tweet exists is to get people mad and so they can get views on watching, I 100% recommend just ignore it. If you see something that's clearly trying to like nudge you on so you can have an impulsive reaction, and just ignore it, just move on. Don't let them get their views, don't let them get their clicks, because that's what they want. Just see it and just move on. Anyway, this is something I want to talk about. My name is Lula. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, do your thing. Also, Twitter, Lucha Stars. Don't forget to follow it. You have a good day or night. See ya.